about how to handle criticism constructively, right? So strengthening your mental resilience. We got to realize that things are going to come our way, but we're able to navigate through with that positive mindset. You heard? So criticism can hurt, but we don't have to let it harm us, right? So let's take that into consideration, right? But when it comes to research, let's dive into that. So learning to process feedback constructively supports emotional regulation and resilience in teens. However, teens who, view criticism as information rather than a personal attack show better mental health outcomes, right? So we gotta take consideration, not just for teens, but people in general out here, right? So don't take it as attack. Don't take it as someone's trying to judge you, someone's trying to, guilt trip you, trying to manipulate you, trying to get you caught up in the sauce, right? But just take it as a way that is going to support your growth, right? Constructive feedback helps us navigate through improvement, ways we're able to look at our stuff in ways that we can't see, right? So people could see other things that we may not see, or blind spots, etc., and we're able to look at that information, but internalize it, right? But not internalize it, right? To pull us down, but internalize it, really look at it, right? And really look at the good and the bad, and really figure out ways we're able to improve the situation, right? So to strengthen us to have better outcomes possible, right? So not just for teens, but just for everybody in general. But I really want us to look at that research and really digest it, as I just mentioned. However, let's dive into our first segment in regards to why criticism feels so personal. Why we taking it personal? Why does it feel like, it's really cutting deep, right? So first key concept, developing identity, right? So teen brains, for instance, are still forming self-identity, right? So making feedback feel more intense. Like, why are you coming at me? Why are you talking to me? Right? So if someone's developing, they're trying to figure out themselves, they're internalizing a lot. There's a lot going on that within the mind, right? And they're trying to conceptualize the information and really put it in the region where it's supposed to go. And it cuts deep when it comes to teens, for instance. So I really want to take that into consideration on developing identity. Next, emotional sensitivity, right? So criticism can activate stress responses, especially when self-esteem is developing, as mentioned, right? So someone's feeling some type of way from it. However, fear of judgment, so social evaluation strongly impacts teen mental health. Judgment, that's why bullying, all these different things, etc., impact to one's mental health and in regards to how they feel in their emotions. Next is going to be not weakness, right? So feeling hurt by criticism is a normal emotional response, not a flaw. This is something that a lot of us have issues with, something that we all have to navigate through with. Like I said, we don't got to internalize it on a negative standpoint as if someone's trying to pull you down. However, we can take it in ways to improve and move forward, as someone is seeing blind spots that we may not be seeing. However, this is something that we feel and how people take it personal. Moving forward in regards to our next segment, we'll be talking about the mental health impact of unhandled criticism, right? So